my aunts, my mother talked a lot. They talked about my grandmother. She was about 86 when she passed away. But her end-of-life care was still considered short compared to their father, my grandfather. They seemed to talk about him a lot more. My mother was 13 when she lost her dad. Cancer in the blood. That's how they referred to it. So he was sick for a very long time. So long that they watched him lose weight to a point that they could see his ribs. So much pain that he would at times scream when he needed to be turned, often soiling himself. That's what they said. His end-of-life care was also at home. His wife, his daughters, my mother, took care of him. It left such an impression on them that when my grandmother was ill, they all agreed that there would not be any consideration or measures that would extend her life. Instead, they wanted it to be painless and over as quickly as possible. They also talked about different options in Europe, where the doctor is permitted to assist you with your suicide. And if this potion would have been available here in Canada, they would have taken it. They would have taken it for my grandfather. They would have taken it for my grandmother. Despite all this great discussion, I was still very young, so all I heard was suicide. As a young Catholic girl, it was pretty simple. There is a heaven, there is a hell. Brush your teeth, eat your vegetables, listen to your mother, you'll go to heaven. Don't eat your vegetables, tell a lie, don't listen to your mother, you'll go to hell. It's a pretty simplistic way to look at it, but I think you get the picture. Moving along, it's now 1994. Tanya Harding wins the National Figure Skating Championship title, but she's stripped of that title because of an attack on Nancy Kerrigan. Brazil wins the FIFA World Cup. O.J. Simpson flees police. The events are caught on video for the entire world to watch, and we called it entertainment. A few minutes ago, we learned about Florence Nightingale, a pioneer in nursing. And much like Florence Nightingale, I was an 18-year-old girl, full of life, ambition, and drive. I was the student council president. I was the captain of the senior girls volleyball team and citywide championship winners. I was a straight-A student. I was smart, and I had answers. I was 18 years old after all. I knew it all. From hearing just a few lines so far, I'm sure that you can picture the kind of young adult I was planning to be. So just a few months earlier, when my guidance counselor asked me what was I going to do with my life, I was quick to reply, I'm going to nursing school. I wanted to become a nurse because I had a longing to save the world. Even back then, the world felt a little broken, and like Florence, I was going to save it, one patient at a time. Of course, I was going to be successful. I was successful in all other aspects of my life, so why not this? It would just be a natural progression of my natural self. I was confident, to say the least. So off to school I go, accepted in a 4-year program at the University of Ottawa. And for 4 years, I was trained to take the lead. I was drilled to react efficiently in high-pressure situations. I was dangerously caffeinated and undereducated know-it-all. If you were sick, I had a remedy. I had so much positive energy, it was infectious, or at least that's what I believed. I started out in acute care and orthopedic surgery. The hours were long, but the work was rewarding. I would meet my patients who had endured some trauma, take care of them, make them feel better, and send them off. I was successful in my job. I often had seniors who had fallen, broken a hip. They would have surgery, spend some time with me, recover, and go home. By that time, I had met someone pretty special. It was difficult for our relationship at first because as a new nurse, you work weekends, evenings, and night shifts, when the rest of the world seems to work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Often understaffed, I would get called in to work for extra shifts. I would work 16-hour days. I would work holidays. So it was very easy for me to see that this lifestyle wasn't going to work if I wanted to start a family. I still enjoyed working with seniors, so transitioning to chronic care or long-term care seemed natural. I was still young at the time, so the learning curve was minimal. I caught on pretty quickly. So quickly that I was promoted early on to management. I was 25 years old when I got my first retirement home, the youngest in the company. It was a 91-bed retirement residence in Sandy Hill. There, I was able to apply all my nursing knowledge, all my energy, my cheerfulness, right from the top. From a leadership perspective, it was the jackpot, and it suited me well. I saved a patient from choking in the dining room by initiating the Heimlich procedure. I saved a senior from dying of a diabetic coma because they had undiagnosed diabetes. But the most rewarding aspect of my career in nursing is the ability to connect with patients on a very intimate level. While we often met in very difficult circumstances, being present as people face serious health challenges or injuries, we get to know our patients very quickly and have the opportunity to play an important role in their lives. I took that job very seriously. That's why I love taking care of seniors. I loved our interactions. I loved that I got to know them. I loved that my particular brand of cheerfulness brightened their day in exchange for a chance to hear about their great life story. I still do, by the way. But let's forward to 2016. Leonardo DiCaprio won his Oscar for the role in The Revenant. Donald Trump beat out Hillary Clinton in the US election. And MAID became legal in Canada. At first, all I had to do was answer a few curious questions. The criteria for being accepted into the program was still being determined by physicians and mostly lawyers. So when people came to me for a few questions, my go-to answer was, "Why do you want this? You're doing well. 70 is the new 90. Let's look at some antidepressants. 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to feel great." This is what I was trained to do. Provide answers, save lives. Like those long nights with my aunts and my mothers around the kitchen table, I wasn't listening. Not truly. So when my first patient was accepted into the program for MAID, I was stunned, to say the least. I was really shaken at the core. I also felt personally responsible. After all, my brand of cheerfulness and go-getter attitude saves lives. That's what I do. That's my job. But this time, I was challenged to think differently, to question all my years of training, to question all of my beliefs. So to change my approach, I did a lot of reading on MAID. I attended professional workshops. I learned about shared decision-making. Shared decision-making is a far more ethical approach to patient care than years ago when healthcare providers such as myself fully controlled patient treatments. Shared decision-making extends patient autonomy, where patients and healthcare professionals work together to make the best decisions possible regarding their own care. With shared decision-making, patients and healthcare providers have open conversations about a patient's background, their values, their beliefs, their culture, and we build a trusting relationship between patient and nurse. When patients are actively involved in decision-making, they are more likely to be satisfied with their own care and trust the treatment plans. Healthcare professionals should be aware of the importance of educating their patients, even if the information is at times complex, difficult, maybe not of your opinion. Even if the care plan means medical assistance in dying. I understand that life is a journey, and my job is not to fix the residents, but rather accompany them in their decision-making process. My job is to make sure that they live their best lives, whatever that might mean for them. The mission statement at Unitarian House is to continue to provide a not-for-profit residence for seniors where, in a secure and caring environment, residents will have maximum independence, opportunities for personal fulfillment, companionship, and participation in a dynamic, collaborative community of residents, staff, and management. Have maximum independence, opportunities for personal fulfillment. Those are big challenges. When an old dog gets sick or if a horse breaks their leg, when we know full well what the outcome is going to be, we don't insist that they wait it out. We don't prolong the inevitable. We help them end their struggle. Do we question the veterinarian's ethics for carrying out this decision? I'm not for or against MAID. I struggle with MAID. It's still a shock to me when I hear a resident has signed up for the program, because I still have that 18-year-old girl inside of me that wants to save the world. Recently, I knew 2 people who signed up for MAID. I lost 2 people, 2 extraordinary people. I lost 2 friends. And there are many more. How could I possibly live up to the mission statement if I purposefully put up barriers to these people that I support in maximum independence and opportunities for personal fulfillment? What is my job? The way I see it is, my job is to help our residents live a rich, and maybe if this is their journey, live a rich life and make choices in how they will die. If I could go back in time and talk to my 18-year-old self, I would tell her to relax a little bit. I would tell her to stay open-minded. More importantly, I would tell her to stop and listen. I mean, really listen. Listen to the stories. Listen to the journey. Listen to their pain. They have rich lives and feel fulfilled and now make choices. And they have the right to do so. After all, Your job will be to provide maximum independence and opportunities for personal fulfillment. Thank you.
When I used to work at the Pearly Reader Veterans Health Centre, we had a wonderful music program for the residents. And when I volunteered at the hospice and played the piano for the day program for a number of years, this next song was a favorite in both the Pearly Reader and at the hospice. As you listen to the words, you can understand why it was such an important song. This congregation has a long history of care, vitality, and bringing people together to move the arc of justice forward. We've been able to live our hopes and dreams because of the generosity of those within and beyond the community. Whether you are here in Worship Hall or anywhere else at all, you are part of this community. To make a gift in support of the work of this congregation, you don't need to use the baskets that will soon be making their way through the pews. Wherever you are invited to go to our website or contact our finance manager to find out how to make a donation to keep up with your pledge. Our gifts are freely given and gratefully received. We dedicate these gifts to the work of this community of faith, serving human wholeness, caring for the planet, upholding religious freedom, welcoming a stranger, and loving one another. And now our closing hymn. Those here in Worship Hall, please feel free to hum along or to sing along. For those elsewhere, if you have a hymnal with you, the song is number 318, We Would Be One. The world aches for us to join together and bring about healing for justice and produce ever-increasing love. This is our calling. This is our mission. Go forth and act accordingly. Our chalice is now extinguished. But may its warmth and light go with us to spread justice and compassion throughout our hurting world. I think we're still a fellowship hour starting at 11:30. So for those of you who want to be part of that, rush home and turn on your TVs. We now sing our blessing song.
Amen.
I invite you to reach out to each other. May we all have a passionate zest for our world, much gentleness, and may we all be more human to the very end. And with this hope, as the medieval mystic Julian of Norwich said, all shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. Go in peace, go in love, go in joy. And I want to say a special word of thanks to Casey and Carl, our technicians this morning, to Dee, our custodian, to Marion and Jan, who read so beautifully, to Kate, who played the piano, and to our wonderful choristers. Miigwech gigawabamin minawa, which is see you again in Ojibwe. And now for the posture.